Hello and welcome back. This is the third healing experiential connected with the episode about anger and how to embrace and reclaim your anger for confidence, power boosting, and being in your alignment with yourself, being in your full power. You can find the full podcast at candicewu.com/anger. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. Just like with the other two experientials in this series, I encourage you to have worked with inner resourcing and pendulation. You can find those healing experientials in a guided format, just like this experience, on the podcast series about emotions, and that's at candicewu.com/emotions. If you go to that site and scroll down, you'll see the 3 healing experiences that connect with it. And one of them is resourcing your inner strength and safety. And the other is about pendulation, about moving from pleasant to unpleasant experience. I recommend having that ability so that when you're moving through anger or the emotions and sensations that come up around anger, that you can resource yourself with safety, so help your body through it, and come back to a feeling of safety so that the anger can move through with more ease, that it's not as an intense experience as it needs to be. If you like the intensity of it, no problem. That's just fine. It's just that it's not always as easy for the nervous system to integrate if you do it that way. So I recommend taking breaks by pendulating. When you feel overwhelmed or before you even feel that way, just take a break, take a pause, look around, or do that inner resourcing technique that you have built for yourself. So now let's jump into this experience. This is working with any anger that you have inside. So with whatever situation that draws up anger, irritation, rage, or an intensity of a protective feeling, you can work with that here. In this experience, we'll be using the tools of visualization and embodiment and letting the body move the sensations and emotions through, as well as talking with the anger that's in you and seeing what it wants to express. So this sort of talking with this part of you might require some practice. It may not come very easily at first. And it's also not a thinking process. It's more like you ask and you sense. And you sense into that feeling and allow it to show you what it needs. So let's jump in. Make sure you have ample time. I would suggest at least 20 minutes so that you have some time to integrate whatever happens in this experience and to also come down from any intensity, if there is that, and to let yourself have some rest before moving on to the next thing. Let's start with a little grounding. So just take a few moments to notice your breathing just as it is right now. Allow yourself to release the stress of the day. Release any work, anything that's weighing on your heart. Let go of any plans or future thoughts. And feel in your body where your breath reaches and where it may feel blocked. And as you feel inside, sense any emotions that you're having. Notice your body's temperature. Sense and visualize where there's any tension or holding, as well as any other sensations or desire to move. You might notice tingly sensations, aching, a warmth, noticing anything that's there. Now I invite you to call up one piece of anger that's living inside of you, one experience or situation or relationship that you're in that brings up a feeling of anger. It also might be irritation, frustration, rage. As you sense into this feeling, you might have an image come to your mind of a situation you're involved with or the thing that brought this feeling on. And allow yourself to just picture it if there is one without thinking too much about it. And if there isn't an image, that's okay. But whatever you're sensing now, feel downward into your body, feel into your heart, your gut, your hips, your legs, ankles. Feel into your shoulders and arms, as well as your hands, your neck and jaw, your face and eyes, and just sense where there's any tension, any holding or tightness. And whatever's happening, if you feel muscles tightening, allow them to tighten. If you feel heat or tingliness, allow that to happen. Notice where in your body there's any sensation or emotion. Where's the energy located? And if there's a place that the anger resides in a larger way, sense that space. Sense any colors or textures that come with it. And as you breathe, let your breath honor it with a gentle compassion and witness. And now I invite you to draw the energy of this anger or irritation, frustration or rage, draw that energy forward as if you're inviting it in front of you to look at. And as you look at it, notice what it looks like. Be open to any image that you sense, if it's an object, person, color, a part of your younger self, whatever it looks like. And with lots of love and awareness, ask it, what would you like me to know? And listen to whatever it tells you or shows you without any judgment or filtering. Pay close attention to the little whispers of anything it says, or if it's screaming at you. What do you want me to know? And with whatever it's sharing with you, acknowledge it, take it in, and honor it. Just listen. And if there's more, just pause this recording and stay with it, or take a break anytime. And if you're ready to go on, ask it, what do you need to release? How would you like to express your anger? and let it show you or share with you however it wants to express itself in whatever ways it needs to show you the amount of anger it feels. And as you see however it expresses itself through screaming, throwing things, or even in silly ways like stabbing forks into pillows or whatever it wants, stay with it and feel in your body any movement or sensation that's happening. Just let your body follow any movement that it has, any movement that it wants. If it's following along with that anger, stay with yourself. And feel what's happening inside of you as you continue to picture how this anger wants to express itself. And see for this anger exactly the kind of outcome it wants to have. See the results of the expression of this anger, irritation, frustration, or rage without any need to be socially appropriate. Just whatever wants to come through in your imagination and in your feeling sense. The beauty of it is that even though it's not real, it's in your visualization, in your imagination, your psyche doesn't really know the difference in terms of how it feels to the nervous system and the soul. And so it can release all of what comes with it, little at a time. So when you need to take just a pause or a break, notice your breath. Just release that for a moment and come out and look into your space and just notice anything that looks pleasant around you. Notice your feet and give your toes a little wiggle. Feel any shift in the body as you just take a moment's break. And you can take as long as you want here to take a break. Just feel free to pause the recording if you'd like. But when you are ready, feel free to come back to this anger, irritation, rage, or frustration, and just check back in and ask it, what else do you need? Just listen and let it tell you or show you. You're just being the anger whisperer and giving it some love so that you can be with yourself and that you can let this feeling move through. So see anything else that it needs. And whatever it tells you, see if you can give that to this part of you in your imagination or in your body. And see how it's feeling. And notice how you're feeling in your body. You may feel like taking another break or going in for another round and just seeing what else it needs. But if you're ready now to step away and close, thank this part of you, thank the anger, rage, or frustration. Notice where it's at now and what's left over or what it wants now. And honor it for exactly where it is at the moment. Now come back to yourself and take your hands and just do a little bit of self-touch, giving yourself a hug or placing your hands on your heart or touching your legs and giving them a squeeze. Whatever feels good to your body at the moment. And as you become aware of the space you're in and what's around you, attune yourself to something that smells or looks pleasant. Come back to here and now. And allow whatever is happening in your body to continue to happen. And now I invite you to give your body some quiet time to rest, integrate what's happened without any thinking, but just being. And after this quiet time, you'll hear the music at the end to let you know that this recording is over. And I look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, if you need support, please reach out to your healer or therapist, or feel free to reach out to me. And now I'll leave you with that quiet time.